Can y'all hear me? Okay, my thing is moving. I don't know what keeps happening, y'all. It keeps acting real funky. All right. Let me know if y'all can hear me before we get started, child. I ain't trying to do all this talking. Oh, Lord, what'd I just do? Okay. Okay, y'all can hear me. All right. So I'm in my room. I didn't bring all my equipment because who in the hell knew that all hell was going to break out? Can y'all see me? Okay. Who knew all hell was going to break out with Wendy Osefo and Happy Eddie? I get off the plane and I see the TMZ. I see the TMZ post, and then of course, as the day went on, more and more information started trickling in. So I was trying to get the indictment before I went live, but I don't have a copy of it at this time. But I'm sure you guys have heard it. But we're going to read through an article, and then Carroll County just did a press conference. So we're going to listen to some of the press conference, which I think will put a lot of this in perspective as to what exactly is going on. I may have to switch to my phone. I'm on my tablet, but it keeps going into power save mode. First of all, I have 95%. I don't know why it's trying to save power. So that's what keeps happening. And then I have to keep going out and come back in. So I may just have to switch to my phone, you guys. I've gone live from my tablet before and I've never had this problem. I don't know. Anyway, no, they don't want me to be great today. So let's read through an article, and then I do have the press conference. We'll listen to some of the press conference. Like I said, I think it may put some things in perspective. I'm scared to touch anything up there. So if I'm not reading the chat, I apologize. Because every time I go to do something on the screen, it puts me in power save mode. I don't know what I'm hitting. But anyway, let's read through this art. Let's read what they saying online, honey. Let's read what they saying online. So here's the article. Let's read this article. This is coming from USA Today. Well, hold on. They want me to subscribe because that ain't about to happen. Okay. Real Housewives star Wendy Osefo and her husband, Eddie Osefo, were arrested following a police investigation of an alleged burglary in the couple's house. The Carroll County Sheriff's Office announced that Wendy and Eddie, who reside in blah, 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 were arrested on Thursday the 9th after fraudulently reporting a burglary and theft last year. So I know the last thing I said was that when the robbery happened, they were filing fraudulent charges. But it said, when you listen to the press conference, it don't sound like they even believe that the robbery ever happened. So they're alleging that this whole thing was a scheme set up by Todd from the go. But let's keep reading, honey. The Carroll County Sheriff's Office announced that Wendy and Eddie, I just read that part, sorry. A search warrant was issued for the couple's home, and arrest warrants were placed on the Osefos after a grand jury indicted them. So that's why I want to read the indictment, because I actually want to read through everything that they had. Like, I want to read what, y'all know how it is. When you read the indictment, you get a lot more details. So I actually want to read the indictment, and I think Don has a copy of it, but I haven't been able to get in touch with him. But we're going to get that indictment, Chad. A search warrant was issued for the couple's home, and arrest warrants. Okay. They were indicted. I just read that part. Sorry. Wendy and Eddie were subsequently taken into custody and transported to the Carroll County Central Booking, where they were charged with multiple counts of related fraud. The couple has since been released from police custody. A representative for them said Dr. Wendy Osefo and her husband, Edward Osefo, are back home safely with their family and in good spirits. They are grateful for the outpouring of concern and support from friends, fans, and colleagues. The Osefos, alongside their legal team, will look forward to the day in court. At this time, they respectfully ask for privacy as they focus on their family and their legal process ahead. Okay, focus on family. So this is, so why were they arrested? According to the sheriff's office, deputies were sent to the Osefos' home on April 7th of 2024 after receiving a report of a burglary and theft. Upon arrival, they met with the homeowners who stated they returned from vacation to find their home had been entered and numerous items had been stolen. Police said in a statement that they reported approximately 80 items of jewelry, luxury goods, clothing, and shoes were stolen, worth a total of more than $200,000. However, during the police investigation of the alleged burglary, detectives discovered that over $20,000 worth of items Osefo and her husband had reported stolen had been returned to the locations where they were originally purchased. I'm sorry, what? I'm just giving y'all a second to let that sink in. Additionally, because they're not done, additionally, authorities found images of a homeowner wearing jewelry after the burglary took place. Following their arrest, Wendy and Eddie posted bond and were released Friday. So I'm gonna let y'all hear the press conference. I hope the sound is going to be good because there's an echo in this room. I hope the sound will be good. Again, I don't have my whole, oh Lord. Again, I don't have my whole setup. So I, like at my house, but we're going to make it do what it do. Hold on. Let me do this. Sure. And I do have a goal set. If y'all want to contribute to the goal, by all means. If y'all don't, y'all know how we do around here. It's 127 of y'all. If y'all could just hit that like button. I'm on both channels. So that's 107. That's 127 people on both channels. If y'all could hit that like button, I would appreciate it. Let's listen to some of this press conference because this is a whole, Wendy, disappointed doesn't even begin. Come on. Is this it right here? Okay. Here's the press conference.
Which is filmed partially from the residence in Finksburg, Maryland.
Can y'all hear?
An hour away.
I can't see
on April 7, 2024 at approximately 10:13 p.m. Deputies responded to a residence in the 1900 block of
Let me know if y'all can hear this.
For reported burglary. Edward Osefo called 911 to report the burglary. Edward and Wendy Osefo, both from Finksburg, live at that address, and they have 3 school-aged children. They reported that their home had been burglarized sometime between April 2nd and April 7th of 2024 while they were on vacation in Jamaica. The house would have been vacant at the time with no one house sitting. No one had a key to the residence, according to the Osefos. The Osefos claimed that designer handbags and jewelry valued at more than $200,000 were missing from the primary residence bedroom upstairs. Responding patrol deputies handled the burglary according to policy and made contact with investigators with my major crimes unit to assist because of the dollar amount that was stolen. Crime scene investigators came to the scene the night of the report to process the scene for fingerprints, DNA, and anything of evidentiary value. And while I'm there, I want to thank the state police. They actually responded, and the superintendent of the state police, Colonel Butler, I want to thank him for working with us on the case and providing resources. It should be noted that the residence does have interior and exterior surveillance cameras. None of the cameras picked up any motion or indicated a breach inside of the house. Cameras.
Let me pause right there. So you have security cameras on the inside and the outside of your house. You were out of the country on vacation. You didn't have somebody house sitting, and your cameras and security didn't pick up nothing. Baby, my Ring camera, all I got is the little Ring camera on my doorbell in the front of my house, and that thing go off every time somebody drive out my house. You had cameras on the inside and the outside. Now, I ain't saying that mean that they liars, but I can understand why the police was suspicious. Okay, let's keep going.
Also did not pick up any suspicious activity outside of the residence during the time the Osefos were away from the residence. Detectives also checked surveillance cameras from neighbors. No evidence of a break-in or suspicious activity was noted at the Osefos' residence. Patrol deputies and detectives found no signs of forced entry or physical evidence of a burglary, such as footprints, fingerprints, or any entry point. The Osefos alleged that the burglar came in through a second-story window into the master bedroom. There was no evidence inside the residence that someone made an attempt to get into the residence through that particular window. No evidence indicated that anyone attempted to enter the house. The bedroom upstairs where the theft occurred was ransacked. The mattress was thrown off of the bed onto the floor to give an indication that a burglary did occur.
He's shady. He's shady. He's shady. He said to give an indication that a burglary did occur. Listen, let me tell y'all something. Listen, they said the person allegedly climbed to the second floor bedroom, but we didn't see no signs of forced entry. Listen, I watch a lot of Snap. Y'all know I watch a lot of true crime. And that is where people make their mistake. Again, I'm not saying Wendy guilty. We just talking, okay? But that is where people make their mistake when they stage these burglaries, allegedly stage these burglaries. You can't just ransack your house and not make it look believable. Because wait till later on in the press conference what he says about something. I'm gonna wait till they get there. I'm gonna let him cook.
Initial responding deputies again called our investigators because of the high dollar amount that was stolen. After the initial report, following days, we made contact with 3 separate insurance companies that the Osefos used to insure their property, which is common with this loss this type of loss that detectives actually communicate with insurance companies to share information. In the days following the initial report, the Osefos contacted detectives several times to provide additional information about the alleged burglary, evidence, and missing items. They also reported the loss to their insurance company. Again, the Osefos alleged and claimed that just over $200,000 in items were stolen from the burglary. Weeks after the alleged burglary, detectives discovered Mrs. Osefo had posted photos on social media wearing jewelry that matched items she had reported stolen.
Wendy, girl, the people, I can't even tap the screen because I'm scared it's going to do something. The people, Don, I asked you for the indictment. Send it to me when you get a chance, please, boo. I cash at you. Give me, you know what I'm saying. Listen, they said, Wendy, we got a picture of you wearing the ring that you said was stolen. Now, it could have been a duplicate because rich people do that. Thank you, boo. Rich people do that. It could have been a duplicate. But they said they got a picture. Just tap. Use your emojis, members. Tap for me. But they said they got a picture of you with the ring you said was stolen on your Instagram. Now that's what these people saying. Now we're gonna keep going.
Specifically a diamond anniversary band. Detectives were...
He was specific. He said the diamond anniversary band, not the diamond other band, the anniversary band. He's specific. Mm-hmm.
Provided receipts by the Osefos for the loss of items that they had purchased dating as far back as 2018. On those receipts were email addresses. We had become suspicious that this was a false claim. On those receipts for email addresses, which detectives authored search and seizure warrants so that they could access both the Osefo's email accounts to attempt to take
Thank you, Don.
evidence. The emails provided additional evidence that indicated this was a fraudulent claim, specifically Edward's communication with Wendy. And I quote, "Are there additional high-value items we can add to this inventory list? I'm trying to get the total to exceed $423,000, which is our policy maximum."
Wait, stop. Nope. No, you did not. I don't have no liquor with me. Little baby, I done already had 2 drinks. I'm good. As soon as I get done with this, I'm going back to the bar. Okay? I'm already ready. When we get done with this live, I'm going back to the bar. I already had 2 drinks. Explain, Wendy. Hey, tap the screen for me, please. Y'all tap the screen. You mean to tell me that you emailed the people and said, is there anything else we can add to this list? Because I'm trying to max out my policy? And you put it in an email? Allegedly? I might not even need that indictment after we get done with this damn press conference. All right, let's keep going, honey. Let's keep going.
The next several months, detectives worked diligently to verify the information provided and to locate the reported stolen property. It was later confirmed that Mrs. Osefo had returned several of those same items valued at over $20,000 to the place that she originally purchased prior to the alleged burglary.
Now you're just being greedy. Because here's the thing. If I said that I bought 4 Louis Vuitton bags, I ain't even gonna go to the Birkin. We're gonna leave that over to the left. I bought 4 Louis Vuitton bags and they were gone. They were stolen. Wendy, you gotta eat that. You better get those bags away as a gift and hope don't nobody ever. Thank you for becoming a member, Naisha, renewing your membership, my love. Thank you. You better hope that nobody just give them away. Hold on to them for about 4 or 5 years and then give them to your daughter. Let your daughter carry them on campus when she go away to college. Let her be fly in her vintage Louis Vuitton. You're supposed to put that shit in the back of your closet and forget it's there. Matter of fact, don't take it to your mama house. No, don't do that. Don't take it to your mama house. Because she'll wear it. Take it to your sister house and tell her put it in the back of her closet. Why would you take them back to the store if you have already claimed on your insurance that they were stolen? That is beyond stupid. Come on, let's keep going, because
we can see as far back as 2018, several items that have been purchased in 18 and receipts supplied to the insurance company. Only those items had been returned to the purchaser or to the store that she purchased them from during the window in 2018 of the return policy. Meaning if it was a 90-day return policy back in 2018, she actually returned those items within that 90-day period.
Okay, let me clarify what I just said then. So what they're saying is she bought the stuff as far back as 2018 and she returned it within the return policy. And then she tried to say in 2024 that she still owned those items and they were stolen. Did I understand that correctly? Is that what the man said? Is that what the man said? That there were items as far back as 2018 and she returned them within the window of the return policy. And then in 2024, see, Wendy. Oh, I wish I could tap my screen. Wendy. See, that shows premeditation right there. Because who remember remember what the hell they bought in 2018? I mean, even if you are buying expensive shit, who remembers what they purchased in 2018 to put it on a police report in 2024? I don't even be remembering. Ladies, fellas, who remembers what they, especially if you took it back, who remembers what they purchased and took back? What the fuck? I need a drink. I'm going straight to the bar. Baby, we're not even done, y'all. We are not done. Let me keep letting this thing play. Wendy, what the fuck were you thinking? See, and that's what I think people don't realize when you go to these high-end stores, because their stuff is so expensive, their receipt and record keeping, it's not Burlington Coat Factory, y'all. It's not TJ Maxx, although I'm sure TJ Maxx, if they had to, could pull a receipt too. But baby, their shit is on point. Because remember, when you buy these high-end items, you register that stuff. When you buy a Louis Vuitton, you buy a Gucci, you buy a Prada, a Chanel, you register those items. Let's keep listening.
Those receipts were supplied to us, and those receipts were supplied to her insurance company and were alleged by the Osefos to be stolen in the original burglary. Based on the thorough investigation conducted by detectives in my office in coordination with the Carroll County State's Attorney's Office, it became clear that the Osefos had fabricated the burglary and filed a false report and attempted to fraud their insurance company. On October 29th, 2025, the case was presented to a Carroll County grand jury, which returned indictments against both Edward and Wendy Osefo on multiple counts of fraud and false reporting. Both individuals were located and taken into custody at their Turnberry Court address on the afternoon of October 9th, yesterday, by the Carroll County Sheriff's Office detectives. Deputies executed a search and seizure warrant at the residence during the arrest. An additional 15 items that were believed to be reported stolen by the Osefos during the initial report were also located during that search and seizure warrant. Those items included jewelry and high-end handbags. The Osefos were booked into the Carroll County Detention Center and later released on $50,000 bonds, with $50,000 bond. Real quick, I'd like to acknowledge the work that my office did. Detective Richie Harbaugh, my detectives, they're just absolutely amazing. Richie's one of the finest detectives on the planet.
They did, because listen, I'm going to let it keep playing. We only have a few more minutes left. But baby, the next guy, when that man's, I'm going to let them tell it. I'm going to let them cook. I don't even want to take none of that. I don't even want to take none of that shine. I don't even want to take none of that shine.
High praise for him. Also, the Carroll County State's Attorney's Office, Mr. Shoemaker, Mr. Culver, and Melissa Hawkins-Smith is who handled the case for the State's Attorney's Office and has been working with us diligently on this case. I'll now.
And that's the other thing too. Somebody said that their aunt takes pictures and digitizes the receipts and stuff like that. Again, when you buy these high-end items and you're trying to insure stuff, you do have to submit pictures. You do have to. So when they started filing these claims with the insurance company, the insurance has all of that, the serial number and stuff like that. Baby, y'all was watching too many Law and Order SUV or something. I don't know what y'all was, not SUV, but.
Answer any questions you guys may have.
Okay, good afternoon. In response to the various media inquiries that I've gotten today in connection with this matter, I've indicated to everybody, and I want to emphasize it again, as a threshold matter, that all persons are presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. So
Right,
I want
right.
to get that out front. As the sheriff indicated yesterday, the defendants were indicted by the grand jury for Carroll County in connection with Wendy Osefo. It was 7 counts of insurance fraud, 8 counts of conspiracy to commit insurance fraud, and 1 count of false statement to a police officer. They posted bail this morning.
So they're doing a press conference because their office has been blowing up all day. Once this shit hit the news, every news outlet because she is on the Real Housewives. Every news outlet has been called. Carroll County is a small county. Carroll County is not a major city. It is not a major, metropolitan police force. They're in the suburbs of the suburbs. What was that we were looking at the other day? And they were in whatever that is. That's like a sub of the suburbs. So they probably don't have the manpower to be answering the phone every 5 minutes, answering the same questions. So they probably were like, look, we're going to do this one good press conference. We're going to give these people everything they want to know. We're going to let them ask some questions, and then we done with it, because we ain't got time. Wait till you hear this guy. He was like, I don't know what kind of housewife, real housewife, fake housewife. I don't care. They don't care about none of that, but they probably tired of their phones ringing off the damn hook. Okay. Carroll County is Trump country. Probably shit. I wouldn't be down in Carroll County if I ain't had no reason to be. That's just me though.
So also in addition to what the sheriff alluded to a few moments ago,
Carroll County is on the other side of Baltimore. So like DC, Carroll County is on the other side of Baltimore, close to the Pennsylvania border. And we know that part of Pennsylvania is definitely MAGA land. So it probably is.
I'd like to note that the investigation of this matter, and I certainly want to give props to Detective Harbaugh, who worked in close proximity with my Deputy State's Attorney, Melissa Hockensmith, in connection with this matter. But the investigation determined that on April 8th, 2024, the Osefos initiated 3 separate insurance claims for the alleged burglary and theft that occurred at their residence. And those were against Travelers Insurance, Jewelers Mutual Insurance, and Homesite Insurance Company for their alleged losses. Mr. Osefo gave recorded statements to 2 of the insurance companies regarding a list of stolen items. He was also asked whether any of the items on the list had been returned, which he denied. He was asked if he had.
So Eddie, you an attorney. When they asked you, had any of the items been returned, that should have been a red flag. I mean, I don't know if that's a common question that they ask. I've never actually had to file an insurance claim for theft, like that. So maybe that's a common question. I don't know. But when they said, had any of these items been returned, that should have been a ding, 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 ding. But okay, I guess it wasn't.
Other insurance, but failed to disclose to Homesite and Jewelers that he was also making a claim with Travelers. For a Homesite Insurance, both Edward and Wendy signed a sworn statement of loss, which was notarized. The total amount of loss claimed on the sworn statement of loss was $2,500 for the damage to the building itself, and $450,000 estimated for contents and personal property. He included an inventory of reported stolen items, along with receipts for the purchase of most of the items on the inventory. That claim was denied due to the failure to disclose the policy with Travelers. And in the original claim submitted on April 8th, 2024 to Travelers, Edward is alleged to have confirmed that he and his wife were wearing their anniversary bands when the loss occurred. However, Edward called Travelers on April 10th, 2024, and said he needed to update their claim, stating that his wife's gold diamond anniversary band was missing. So that same day, Travelers settled the claim for $25,380, which included the replacement price of the band, which was $4,500.
So when you first filed that insurance claim, you said we were wearing our wedding rings. And then you went home and you talked about it. And you came back around and said, on second thought, I can't find them. And you added it to the policy. Then you posted on social media with the ring that you said was stolen. We're just going to keep listening. It's almost over.
After the initial reported claim on April 11th, both Wendy and Edward signed and submitted letters to Jewelers Mutual claiming the burglary occurred and items were reported stolen. At the request of Jewelers Mutual, the Osefos provided an initial list of 57 stolen items. Included on the list was Wendy's gold anniversary band that was reported in the traveler's claim. On April 22nd, Edward was interviewed during a recorded call and did not make any mention of the jewelry claim or payout with travelers. So essentially, I know that the burden will be on my office to show that Edward and Wendy conspired to make fraudulent statements and provided misleading information in support of making the 3 insurance claims for financial gain. I'd also note that some folks may view insurance fraud as an innocuous crime since it only affects insurance companies. That's certainly not true.
Oh my God.
Insurance fraud affects all of us in the form of increased premiums that we all bear. So we take those offenses very seriously. Thanks.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sitting here. I got my little bag. Okay, so sidebar. This is the bag. It says random crap, and that's exactly what this bag is. This bag is full of random crap. And this is the bag that I keep in my carry-on. Whether I take my book bag or I take my purse or whatever, I just use that to drop all my little odds and ends in. And I saw this envelope in here. I was just sitting here looking. I said, what's this envelope? This envelope says tip, tip, hooray. This is from Royal Caribbean. Y'all know I was on Royal Caribbean in February. So I was getting ready to throw it away because I was thinking, what this random envelope? This is probably from on the cruise of somebody I didn't tip or I tipped or whatever. But then it was, I said, wait a minute, there's money in there. I said, oh, must be just be some change. Maybe it's $30 in here. Look at God. I'm really going to the bar now. Okay, I'm sorry. I really was just sitting here like, okay. Anyway. So I want y'all to hear this last part when he started talking about their suspicion the day of the burglary.
What do you got? Anything?
What was it that initially made you suspicious again? Can you describe what was it that, was it when your officers went and saw no damage to the house? Or was it when they started digging into this more?
I think a little of both because we had responded there with patrol deputies, which is customary.
Right. They really thought the insurance company, this just sounds, anyway, thank you for the super chat, boo. Y'all know I'm scared to touch the screen, but thank you for the super chat. It says they thought the insurance companies were going to fall for the okie doke. Absolutely. All right. Now listen to this answer because this is the part that got me when I was listening to this.
For a response like that. But when patrol deputies got there and started walking around and looking at the evidence, they immediately called investigators who showed up at the scene, primarily because it was a dollar amount issue. But when deputies got there, they started digging into the house a little bit. And as good cops do and detectives like them, were a little suspicious when they got there, but they started working it like a traditional burglary. So they were treating it like it was a real burglary. As they started to navigate the next couple of weeks, starting to speak with the insurance companies and share information, they became more suspicious that this may be a fraudulent claim or a fabricated incident. But it was really when a couple of weeks later, they saw some of they specifically the ring that the state attorney mentions, the diamond wedding band that they observed in a social media post. That is when they started realizing that this was likely a fabricated burglary or a false insurance claim.
Is it common that a burglar would enter a second floor bedroom window?
I don't think there's commonalities anywhere, but I think that in answer to your question, I've seen this particular residence it would be extraordinarily difficult to get up to that second story and go through a bathroom off of the master bedroom to get into the residence. If a burglar knew exactly what they were looking for, they would have just kicked in the front door or found another entry point, path of least resistance, and that certainly wasn't the path of least resistance to get in there. There was really nothing that indicated around the window that anybody had come into the residence. We did note that the grass had just recently been cut. My detectives actually traveled up the side, walked out on the roof, and walked back into the bathroom, only to track stuff inside into the bathroom, asphalt from their shoes or debris. And I'm pretty sure the burglar didn't take a broom and clean up after themselves if they in fact tossed the room like was staged during the burglaries.
That man said there were other ways to get in that house rather than climbing up to the second floor. They could have just kicked the door in. They could have hit the sliding door. Because here's the thing, just because I guess what they're gonna say, oh, they were trying to avoid the cameras, but you have cameras on the inside of your house too, ma'am. And you might not have cameras in the bedroom, great, but you have cameras on the inside of your house. How would the burglars know that? How would the burglars know to go through the second floor because you have cameras in your living room? They might see the camera on the outside, but how they know you got cameras on the inside? And why would they climb, up a ladder, up a tree? How they getting in the second floor? And they didn't track nothing, no dirt, no grass. The police said that they tracked, just doing the investigation, they tracked, dirt all up in your house. Don said, out of curiosity, why they only go to the bedroom? Right, because you have at least a 4 to 5 bedroom home. You have a den. I'm sure there's an office where you and your husband do work out of the office. They didn't look for a safe. They didn't look for any valuable items in the living room, in the den, in the basement. I mean, they just thought everything was in the bedroom. Is that where rich people keep all their valuables? They don't have nothing else in the house, nowhere? Just in the just the bedroom. I mean, they didn't go in your kids' room to see if your kids had some stuff they could steal. Your daughter might have a Louis Vuitton, a Gucci. That was pretty much the extent of that was pretty much it. It's about 5 more minutes left for this press conference, but I think y'all get the gist of it. I'm gonna say this. They are innocent until, first of all, it's 285 of y'all in here. Now I'm scared to touch this screen to tell Don to close the doors, but y'all know what it is. Don, close the doors, please. If y'all want to donate, if y'all want to buy me a drink, y'all can hit the Cash App, as Don would say. I know I just found $30. Don't worry about that $30 I just found. Don't worry about that. If you want to buy me a drink, you can hit the Cash App, $ReallyBT. Oh, there it is right there. Really Be the Podcast. If you want to hit the Cash App and buy me a drink, you could do that. But at the end of the day, thank you for the super chat. Hold on. Somebody else just hit a super chat. Hold on, y'all. I'm going to have to take a chance. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? No, I'm not. Oh, shit. What did I just do? I'm going to use my phone. Now that I'm not using my phone to play that, I'm gonna go into the chat from my phone, and that way I can at least read the comments, y'all, because I'm just so scared to touch that damn screen. Child, now I can't get in my own damn live. To you, happy birthday. Where is my live? You know that's bad when you can't find your own damn live. Never mind. Anyway, thank you for the super chat. Karen is about to expand her business. I started off selling perfume, then candles. Now we'll be adding insurance services. LaDom on the rise. Thank you, unapologetically Maverick. That's crazy. Ciao. I do this work. Damn it. Yeah, this screen is getting on my nerves. Thank you, Kenya, for being a member for 22 months. Says, why would they think this could be pulled off when they have cameras inside and there's no intruder on camera? I don't know, baby. Oh, that's what okay. Doritos' bedroom was the only room burglarized during her break-in, and we don't believe she was really robbed either. I'm here to say Wendy made Eddie do it, and I need to know where I can send him a care package. Yeah. I'm about to send you something on your next perfume purchase. Thank you, boo. Yes. I have on my Fenty today. I love Fenty in the winter. It's too heavy of a summer scent, but I definitely love it for the winter. I do this work. That's what I was trying to get. And I was immediately gagged. I'm literally working on now. I'm being moved to the audit department. You go, boo. Guilty with the cause, broke, rich behavior. Ooh. Now Wendy looks like NECA. Ooh. I'm sure NECA is somewhere laughing. Just like Martin said in Blue Streak when he busted the tire stealing plot. I mean, don't we all have cameras in the living room? I'll get them that. I mean, don't we all? I don't have no cameras in my living room. I guess that's common for some people, but that's not common for me. I don't have no cameras in my living room. And I don't know a lot of people that do. Maybe that's common for some people, but I saw that house on Google Maps. It's almost impossible to enter on the second floor without drawing attention. I know when I was young, when our house got robbed, somebody came in through the second floor, and you would think the way my parents' house is positioned on and the window that they went in through, you would think somebody would have saw it, but nobody did. And of course, that was years before we had cameras and all that. But people don't understand that they're not the first to try these types of schemes. The police and insurance companies are not stupid. Like they said, if you listen to what the guy said, he said they almost suspected it immediately. Like as soon as they walked in that house, they were like, something don't feel right, but we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna pretend. We're gonna keep investigating, but something. They said from the beginning it didn't feel right. Now, I know that people earlier was talking about Trump country and all that. I mean, people might feel like maybe it was inspired by other things, and that could be true too. But at the end of the day, don't make it easy for them. Shit. Don't make it easy for them. The hell? Hey, Ray, boo. Karen Ben said that Wendy was trying to outdo her. Can I tell y'all something? And I know y'all not gonna believe me. I know y'all are not gonna believe me because y'all are gonna be like, really, B? You ain't say nothing then. Why you saying something now? I know y'all gonna be like, really, B? I don't believe that. But can I be honest and tell y'all? They can't be deported because they're here legally. They were born here in the United States. Their parents were not, but Wendy and Eddie were both born here, right? I know Wendy was. I can't say for certain that Eddie was. But anyway, when Wendy thank you for the cash. Thank you for the cash out. We going to the bar. Thank you, boo. Thank you, boo. We're going to the bar. Now I lost my train of thought. When I first read that Wendy was robbed and they said how much stuff was stolen and she mentioned Birkins, I said right then and there, I didn't necessarily think that they were lying about the whole thing. Oh, it's for perfume. Okay. No, it's for my perfume. Thank you. I'm gonna put it on my perfume. For real. I am. Thank you. And I'll let you, I don't know what I want to buy next, but I'll let you know what it is. When I buy, I'll let you know. But I'll hold on to it. Thank you, boo. Thank you. Let me say this. I said then I wasn't questioning the robbery. I thought the robbery was real. I was questioning what Wendy said was stolen. And I'm going to tell you why. Please don't let the Cardi B's of the world with the Hermes bags, the the Kim Kardashians of the world that always seem even what's the face from even Kyle from the Real Housewives. Please don't let these women with these Birkin bags fool y'all into thinking it's that easy to get a Birkin bag. You cannot just roll up and get a Birkin bag. Now you can go to Hermes and buy an Hermes bag, but there's a difference between a Hermes bag and a Birkin bag. And so I think people see these orange boxes and they just automatically assume that it's just that easy. I need y'all to understand it's not. First of all, there's a card that you have to even be able to get, not to get into Hermes, but to get into that part of Hermes. You hear what, y'all with me? And then once you were in, y'all remember, let me just tell y'all what I'm talking about. Y'all remember when Oprah went to Tina Turner's wedding down to the Switzerland and she walked in that store and she wanted that purse, and that lady in that store told her, let me show you something cheaper. So when Wendy was like, multiple Birkins, I was like, multiple. Because here's what I know. Wendy, you and Eddie were over $200,000 in debt when you started on the Real Housewives of Potomac. You had your debt on your degrees, all 5 of your degrees, and your husband had his law school debt. Y'all were in debt. Y'all were struggling trying to pay y'all's bills and maintain. Now, y'all had a nice house, your kids went to good schools, you drove nice cars, but at the end of the month, it wasn't a whole lot left. And I'm just telling you what was out there. We saw the paperwork. Now, I didn't pull the paperwork, but people pulled the paperwork. You didn't start making money until the last 2 to 3 years when the show and other things that you've been able to make money off of. Let's call a thing a thing. So when you were like multiple Birkins, I took pause to that because I was like, hell, let's go back to Married to Medicine. Don't y'all remember how LaToya was acting a whole fool over her Birkin bag? And we know Toya know how to spend some money. We know Toya know. And Toya had just gotten her first Birkin. It's not that easy. So when she was like multiple, I was like, are we sure? Are we sure? Eddie can lose his law license and he can also lose his license to sell medicinal. He can lose his whole business over this because you can't be no convicted felon and be selling marijuana. You have to go through a whole credit check. You have to have a whole permit. You can't do that. You can't do that as a convicted felon. So they better beat these charges or he's going to lose his whole business and he could possibly lose his law license. Then he really going to be stuck. Thank you. Oh, I got another super chat. Thank you. I mean, Cash App. Thank y'all. Okay, now this one say for a gift. So this is, okay, this is a drink. Thank you. I think, hold on, I think it's Jana, but I don't want to say the wrong name. Hold on. Nobody loves me. Okay, it's not, okay. I don't want to say your government name, but I'm gonna say YF. YF. Oh, I know. Child, I had to look at the Cash App. I know who that is. Oh, no wonder you said you ain't paying for no liquor. That's my sis. Hey, boo. I didn't know who you were. Okay, I know who you are now. That's my sis. Okay, no wonder you was like, no, I'm not paying for no liquor. She a pastor's wife. She can't be buying me liquor. But that's my sis. That's my boo. Thank you, baby. But I definitely, I'll let you know what my next purchase is going to be. And I won't commingle the funds. Okay. She a pastor's wife. She can't buy me liquor. Yeah. So let me get over here. So we'll be posting some pictures. We might do some videos. We are already here having ourselves a good time. Kay just said that I done left him hanging. I didn't leave him hanging. I had to take care of some business. And then Wendy, child, this Wendy stuff. So I'm about to head down. What happened? Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay. See, I'm working. Okay, they in the lobby waiting on me. All right, y'all, let me get off of here because they didn't already told me they just sent me a message say we in the lobby. All right, I'm on my way, y'all. Thank y'all so much, though. Thank you for the cash apps, the super chats. Listen, like I said, we about to be in the moment, and I will talk to y'all probably Sunday unless something else pop off. Okay, I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.